Hi, and welcome to the Journey of Now. I am Nick. I'm a transition coach.
Hi, I'm Karis and I'm a healer.
And today we are going to be digging into a topic which many of us have experienced, and that is you do have time.
I think, when you say it, it's like, actually, I do have time because we get stuck in that cycle of thought and in the busyness of life where we think that we don't have time and that everything is shitty in that space because you feel overwhelmed by the pressure and the expectations that the expectations that you get from the world around you that are on you. And so in that frenzy, there's always this sense of like fight or flight. Your adrenal system is on like high alert because you're stressed. And so just to stop for a second and realize that you actually do have time and that life is beautiful, it's a very powerful perspective shift. And so just to give yourself the permission to allow yourself to take that perception shift in is, it changed so much for me because, I read a thing about how if someone gave you $3,000, what would you do with it? And there were so few people who were willing to spend it on themselves and their own internal development and self-introspection and like do things to fill up their cups. It was, I want to fill, I'm going to do it. I want to pay my dates. I want to pay this. Maybe I'd get a new handbag. Maybe I'd get to go on holiday, which is fine. But like, what is it that you are doing for yourself to fill your cup up and come from that space where you feel like you do have time for the things that you really need?
Time is something that we've all bought into. And we've all agreed upon what time is. And that sounds very like paradoxical and it may sound confusing, but we've all agreed upon a time and the importance of time. And maybe in this reality we do need this construct of time to make things work. But does that mean that you have to live and work in time? No. The minute you step out of time, let's do a little thought experiment. Imagine you're taking a moment right now and you take a deep breath and close your eyes, if you will, and you step out of the space of time. Imagine time being this long linear line of experience, and you step out of that and you now just observe it. Do you not notice that sense of freedom and expansion? It's as if you've taken those shackles off. You've given yourself permission to just be. And we don't do that enough. We don't give ourselves permission to just be. Because when you're just being, you're being present. You're a human being. You're just being what you are.
So what your priorities are, because some people will watch 60 minutes of Netflix and not spend like the same amount of time on themselves, and it's like, oh, I really don't have time for that, or I'm too busy for that. Other people would look at like $100 for like their nails or a pair of jeans, but then when it comes to $100 to spend on
a course,
that's too expensive,
or a
we
book.
can't do that. So it really doesn't matter the amount of time in that space or the amount of money in that space. It's what your priorities are and what perspective you hold on that and how you value yourself, because that will change how you invest in yourself and the things that you use your energy on, because money and time are resources and tools. And so for me, it is really like, how can I save myself more time? So I would spend more money on things that would save me time.
And outsourcing. So it's really about looking at what your priorities are. And are those priorities serving you in such a way that it gives you more time? Or are you inconveniencing yourself to save money, putting in your time, which is your most precious resource? Because funny enough, it's a finite resource.
Yep.
When you are in this form, it is a finite resource.
Money, however, is unlimited, but time.
Exactly. So if you find a way to make more money, give yourself more time, and have more space, you've hit the jackpot. But you can already give yourself more time by just shifting perspective, like Kara said.
And instead of like it, I don't think that you should look at it as wasting time. It is first like sometimes you really need to just sit for a second, and sometimes you really just need to switch off and watch Netflix for a little bit. I'm not saying be harsh on yourself and be like, no, I'm not doing that at all. It's really about filling up what you need for a little bit, and then being like, okay, I filled up on that. What is it that I need next? And really honoring yourself in what you fill your time with. So.
And you'll notice as you begin to fill your time with more of the things that bring you joy, more of the things that are light and that are adding value into your life. So your self-worth goes up, your decisions, they become a lot better.
Your sense of purpose.
Your perspective is greater because your awareness has up-leveled, and you've been up-leveling yourself, be it that you know it or not, just because you're making better choices.
And as a result of that, you spend less time with people who don't value you or your time. And so you feel better, your life looks better because you've cut out people who are not there for your highest good. And it's just amazing how your life changes by just one perspective shift. And so I wanted to leave you with a little tool if you think that you don't have time. This was given to me by a coach a few months ago, where I said I don't have time to do all of these things. And when I journaled everything that I did and I did it by half an hour, and I looked at how much time I was wasting on my phone, just mindlessly scrolling through Instagram and social media, or just doing not much of anything. I found in the day that I had 4 free hours, which is so valuable because here I was running around like a headless chicken thinking that I didn't have time. And in the meantime, I had 4 hours in a day just by looking at what I was doing and taking accountability and responsibility for what I was doing, and then shifting it to a space where I'm consistently.
So basically, take your day, just do it for like one day, and break your day up into half an hour increments, and notice what you're doing in those half an hour increments. And you can do your to-do list if that is how you work, or if you're more spur of the moment, but make sure that you're allocating some form of a task or activity, be it rest, be it play, whatever resonates with you, in those half an hours. Or you can have that there and have a look at what you're doing in general throughout the day. So I'm actually on my phone right now, and I'm saying that I'm battling to complete this project, but I'm wasting my attention on my phone when it should just be focused on what I'm doing. Or I should rather just take a break because clearly I'm not all in there. And so you start having this introspective process as you begin to look at your time and what you're doing.
And this is another thing that was really helpful if you are someone that procrastinates, because procrastination, what do they say? It's the thief of time. And so when we procrastinate up until we get closer to deadlines, and then we panic. And normally we have all of these reasons why we procrastinate. One is because we don't have a clear pathway. So maybe just sit and map out what would make sense for you to get to finish what you need to finish. The other thing is that you're not feeling connected to what you're doing. And if you don't like it, then that's where the self-introspection comes in, and you need to ask yourself the better question of, why am I doing this? What is the why behind why I'm doing this? And then, so that should make things clearer and help you with the process of elimination as you move beyond procrastination. So that should help you with just your process of elimination as you go through the reasons why you're procrastinating and why you're wasting time. Because when you truly value and honor your time, and you honor yourself, you value yourself, you respect yourself, you're not going to waste your time on procrastination because you have a clear idea of what you need to get to where you want to go. So, you
move into a space of alignment, action, and purpose. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that there were little nuggets that sunk in, and you could use and utilize and allow you to shift your perspective and hopefully your life. So with that being said, thank you. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe in the link below, and if you want to connect with us, all of our details are in the bio below the video. So